Welcome to Vision Plus and welcome back to S.4 Mathematics. We are looking at normals and tangents to curves. And the introduction bit of it is that we are going to define what normal is and what a tangent is. So to begin with tangent, we are saying that a tangent is a line that touches or meets the curve at only one point. So if we have a line that is touching the curve at only one point, it means that that line is a tangent to that curve. Now also, what is a normal to the curve? A normal to the curve, normal is also a line, is a line that is perpendicular, is a line which is perpendicular to the tangent line, to the tangent. And let us illustrate this and we try to visualize it. If you have a curve in any manner, assuming this is how my curve is, assuming my curve is in this manner, okay? Now, the tangent is a line that will meet this curve at only one point. So, assuming that the tangent touches the curve at a single point, which is down here, so that this one becomes our tangent. So, this is the tangent, which is touching the which is touching the curve at one point. This is the point of tangency. This is the point where the tangent touches the curve. So the tangent is that line which touches the curve at only one point. If it touches the curve at more than one point, it is not a tangent. Now, what is a normal? The normal is the line which is perpendicular to the tangent. In other words, it is a line that makes right angle with the tangent. So you come and draw a line which makes an angle of 90 degrees with the tangent, and that becomes our normal. I'm not drawing to scale. This is 90 degrees. So a line that makes an angle of 90 degrees with the tangent is what we are calling the normal. Okay? So this is the definition of the two terms that we shall use here. And then this is the curve. Remember that your curve can be in any manner. Okay? Your curve can be in any manner. For instance, you could have a curve like this, which is like that. I'm not drawing perfectly. This is your curve. It means the tangent to this curve is that line which will touch it at one point. It is that line that will touch the curve at one point. So assuming that we are touching the curve at that one point, like that. So this is the point of tangency, or that is the point when the tangent meets the curve. So this is now the tangent because it is touching the curve at only one point. Now, in this case, what is the normal to the curve? The normal to the curve is a line that is perpendicular to the tangent to that line. That means we need to draw a line that makes an angle of 90 degrees here with the tangent line, which is in that manner. So this one now becomes our normal to the curve. Now, the normal line is normal to the curve and it is perpendicular to the tangent. You must know that this is the right angle, 90 degrees. The tangent is perpendicular to the normal, and that means the normal is perpendicular to the tangent. But the normal, okay, the normal to the curve is the one which is perpendicular to the tangent. I have not said that the normal is perpendicular to the curve. No, the normal is not perpendicular to the curve, but to the tangent. So, what is our takeaway here? The takeaway here, which is very important, is that the normal line, or the normal, it is a line, is perpendicular to the tangent line, which is called the tangent. That is very important. I have not said anywhere that the normal is perpendicular to the curve. No. The normal to the curve is the one perpendicular to the tangent, or the tangent to the curve, okay, is perpendicular to the normal to the curve. That is what we must note, and it's very important. Remember, the curve can be in any sense, can be in any manner. Sometimes even your curve can be like this. Okay? If this is your curve, then the tangent to the curve is a line that will touch the curve at one single point. Assuming it touches at a given point there. This is the point of tangency, by the way. This is the point of tangency, and we have learned that in circles already. The point of tangency is the point on the curve where the tangent touches or meets the curve. It is a single point. Now, if you have the tangent, then you draw a line perpendicular to the tangent, and that becomes our normal. A line perpendicular you can even proceed. So the line which is perpendicular to the tangent is what we are calling the normal line, or the normal to the curve. So now we are not going to sketch any curve here. Okay, we shall not sketch this curve. We shall not draw the curves. Okay, if the one need to draw the curves, that will be somewhere under quadratic curves and other curves. But here we shall always be given a question, and we analyze the question using the concepts that the normal is perpendicular to the tangent, or saying that the gradient function of the curve is the same as the gradient function of the tangent at the point of tangency. Or we shall even go ahead and say the gradient of the curve at a point is the same as the gradient of the tangent at that point of tangency. And then we shall go on and keep this in mind, that always the normal is perpendicular to the tangent. So they are perpendicular lines. So the concept of perpendicular lines will begin to apply. Here we shall say the product of the gradients of any two perpendicular lines is -1. All those shall come in as we are going to look at the equations of the tangent and the normals to the curve. So this is briefly what I thought is important for us to know before we go deeper into getting the equation of the normals and the tangents to given curves. So this is the introduction bit of it. Thank you.